He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another story time, and welcome to Love Doesn't Hurt. I thought about this story today, actually. But wait, what's today? Yesterday. Yesterday. Actually, and I was like, "Ooh," as I told y'all, like as I'm starting to tell stories, it's like stuff that's being unlocked because it's like, okay, I'm gonna tell all the trauma that has come with it. Like I'm just gonna tell all the trauma because my point is, again, as the disclaimer says, not to bash anybody. I'm just telling my experiences from my point of view, and hopefully it helps somebody where they don't make the same decisions or they don't have to go through anybody else's experiences. They don't go through it. Me watching TikTok, I don't know what's in the water, but baby, the amount of women that's like, I'd rather be single, the amount of domestic violence that's going on, the amount of people being crashing on the crash out stage with their significant others and like showing up and talking crazy to people. It's like literally, I was scrolling my feed and I was like, what is going on? Because it was story after story after story after story after story of domestic violence. Of course, it was mostly the men pushing the violence, but there was a lesbian couple in there. Even though the girl in the video was in the comments saying basically like um explaining like, she basically had crossed boundaries and the girl wasn't like succumbing to her boundaries, and so she was kind of glad, but looking back it was like she kind of played in her face the way she explained it. Yeah, but it's just like looking at it, it's like love doesn't hurt. Like if you outgrow people, you outgrow people. And then like even before then, like on Instagram, I saw this one content creator, like you posted when Desmond and Christy first announced like they were separated. Well, she announced that they were separating, and when he came out to say like I asked her to leave and she wanted to work it out. And so I saw this another creator, like he wasn't saying anything, but he had words in it. Oh, don't you use a woman's personality as a reason to cheat, leave. And then he stabbed a knife in some meat. And I was like, that man asked her to leave, but she wanted to work it out. And a lot of times people don't know when to let go. And I was watching, it gotta make sense for me, y'all. I promise it's gonna make sense. I was watching one of my old story times. I'm in love with the DJ. And even then, it was like it went from we were having a good time, honeymoon phase, to he got so aggressive and so possessive in a short amount of time. Love doesn't hurt. And remember I told y'all, well, maybe you don't, but it was like in one Q&A, somebody had asked, like, what's the worst thing like you've ever done to yourself, or the worst thing that you've ever did, or something that you did that you regret. And I was like, watering myself down to fit in. And it's gonna make sense. This is in middle school madness, because yes, we were in middle school. We were in middle school. So at this point in time, class president, who was also at the slumber party, class president is, things are going well for her in middle school. Like she's the class president, she's the teacher's favorite, she's making good grades, like she's just like everything is flowing for her. She's extremely intelligent, she's extremely dedicated to making sure she has her things in a row, like even planned out. She knew from the start what she wanted to be. In middle school, she was carrying a briefcase, child. She knew exactly what she wanted to be when she graduated high school and what she wanted to go to college for and what she wanted to graduate, major in and graduate college with when she was done with college. And she accomplished that feat. So, like, things were going well for her. And I don't know what it is when it comes down to us with women. It's like, the good girl, bad boy type situation. Like, it was like she wanted a bad boy. You were like this goody two shoes, head on straight, good grades. You wasn't an athlete or anything, but your academic spoke for itself. It preceded you. So you really didn't need you really didn't need athletics for like anything extra because your academics was speaking for itself. So I don't know how she was introduced to Bad Boy, because that's what his name is gonna be. I don't know how she was introduced to Bad Boy, but somehow, some way, Bad Boy had seen her because Bad Boy at this point in time was in high school. And as I told y'all, like, we couldn't be in the high school hall at all. They couldn't be in our hall at all. Because like we had a hall, and if you walked through the breezeway, that was the high school. But some of our classes was on the back end of the high school. So they were able to see us, like passing, walking, all that kind of stuff, because that's how it was with dark chocolate. Still debating if I want to introduce dark chocolate. If I want to introduce dark chocolate into this. Yeah, so that's how it was. And so it was like they still were able to see like us in the breezeway walking or whatever. So if we happened to catch one of their eyes or whatever, they were able to send messages because, as I told y'all, it's a small town. Everybody know everybody. So somebody cousin, somebody brother, somebody, you know what I'm saying, homeboy was able to send a message from the high school to the middle schoolers. Yeah. Which, I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but at this point in time, we're in 8th grade. So we getting ready to go be freshmen and be fresh meat, but still, it's like we're in 8th grade. So at this point in time, we be like 14. And at this point in time, I think he may have been 15, 16. But if I'm remembering correctly, he wasn't very academically inclined. So you had been in high school for a while to almost to you being a professional student. So I'm thinking more of like you were way older than 15, 16. You might have been 17, 18, but you didn't look it. You might have been 5'1", skinny type situation. You had like a cute face, but it wasn't nothing to boot about the body. And so, like, I don't know who introduced them, but you was cool with it. It was like you wanted a bad boy. You wanted a bad boy. And then it got to the point where the teachers were even warning her because they're like, why would you lower your stock to date bad boy? Because literally wasn't good in school, wasn't doing anything athletic. Like you was just showing up, literally like professional student wreaking havoc. You were just there for free lunch, is what it seemed like. And you had a crew with you, which was your family. To be totally honest, it was like your brother and your cousins, and I think it may have been like one homeboy, but in the group, like you know what I'm saying? Like nobody was doing nothing extravagant. Everybody was wreaking havoc. And so it was like, girl, why? 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 Like literally, everybody was looking at her like, why? So at this point in time, um, with her on the up and up, as I told y'all, like I'm kind of watering myself down, and so it's like, you know how people are intimidated. They're intimidated about somebody coming in and doing better than them. And you don't necessarily have to be doing better than them in the same field. You can just come in and be popular. You can come in and people just love you for you being you. Or you can come in and be good at athletics. So my stock is trying to, it's starting to go a little up here. And I'm getting to the point where it's like, dang, what did I call her? I don't remember if I gave her a name. But in one of those story times that was like, this one girl, she was calling me her little sister, and it would always be off and on whenever she feel like it was like a switch on. Maybe, yeah, I want you to be my little sister to this week, and then off. Um, Girl, you've been replaced type situation. And for me, it was like I was getting over that, where it was like I needed to be accepted by other people, because for me it was like in my house I'm not accepted. Like I'm beefing with my mama, I'm being sexually assaulted, I'm not really being good friends with either siblings. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like this total outcast. At one point, even with my mom saying, girl, you adopted, like I used to believe her, because I was like, there's no way I fit in here, there's no way I belong here, there's no way I belong here, because I never felt like I fit. So I would water myself down to do the makeshift, I want to be accepted type situation, which is why I'm so hard on my son about it, because he does the same thing. And I'm like, bruh, like, love the people who love you. I'm not telling you because I'm your mom. I'm telling you because I live this. And people gonna notice. If I got a lollipop, I'ma lick it. They gonna notice. You will do anything and everything to be a part of their little crew, or just to be a part of them. So they gonna start, what I'm saying? They gonna, what you call it, love bomb you, friend bomb you, to make you think like, oh yeah, you're the best friend ever. And then I'm gonna use you, start treating you like BS, and then watch you gravel and grovel at my feet because you wanna be my friend that bad. And when she would switch the switch off, again, I don't remember what I named her. But when she would switch the switch off, I would write stuff all over my book bag and all over the place, like, Angel, no friends, no friends. The whole time, like I got friends, like I got friends, but it was like, I want this girl to be my friend. Like, I want, you won't be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to do anything. I'm willing to water myself down just so you can be my friend. And it was like, I'm getting over that. And it was like, girl, what the are you doing? It was like what are you doing? And so the last time when she was like, girl, tell her, because you sent it through, you sent the message through another girl, who you sent the message through my replacement. Tell Angel she's no longer my sister, you are. And she said it in front of everybody, to embarrass me. And I was like, girl, I don't care. Because I had already peeped the pattern. So I had already said, if you do that again, I'm done. You do it again, I'm done. And when I got the message, I was done. I was done. So with this, because that happened like in sixth, seventh grade, here comes eighth grade, and I'm fascinated by class president. Like, we're in the same grade. Like, all these people love you. You know what I'm saying? You're friends with, what did I name her? Cher. You're friends with Cher, really good friends with Cher. You're really good friends with Nia. Like, looking at this whole group of people, and what did I name the other girl? Something different. Like, all of them had like plans, and they knew what they wanted to do when it came down to athletic wise. And for me, I mean, not athletic wise, I'm sorry, academic wise. And for me, it was like, I wasn't no dumb chick, but it was like, with me dealing with the sexual assault stuff, it was like, I'm not gonna do work, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm gonna make my mom life a living hell at this point, because my life a living hell. So ain't nobody gonna be peaceful around this peace. I can't get no peace, nobody gonna get no peace. So I'm gonna act up in school. I'm gonna fight in school. I'm gonna do all whatever, whenever. Talk to the teachers all kind of way. Fail classes. I don't care. I'll just slide by. And this one lady had pulled me aside after my daddy showed up unannounced at my school and said, baby, all that anger you got going on, it's not helping your mama or hurting your mama, and it's not helping you, and it's not hurting him. The only person you hurting is you. And she was right. She was right. And that thing stuck with me. And it only stuck with me to not like act a fool and get my stuff together. It didn't stick with me as far as watering myself down to try to fit in or to appease people, right? So me trying to fit in and trying to find a way to get in, I knew like I would pass Bad Boy's bus. So on the way to my bus, I saw Bad Boy and I was like, Bad Boy, here's my number. Call me. And so he kind of looked at me and I was like, oh, it's on some friend stuff. It's nothing like that. It's on some friend stuff. Call me. And so he was like, all right. And at this point in time, I am not active at all. And nobody knows what's going on in my house. But there were other girls who were active and who was talking about, as I told y'all before, like, it was like, this is what y'all bragging about? Like, I don't get why y'all bragging about this. Even as I became an adult, like, it wasn't all that until I got a specific partner that paid attention, that made it different. I had, out of all my partners, maybe like 3 that was like, that made me understand, like, oh, okay, this must be what they talking about. But I know y'all couldn't have been talking about that in middle school, because middle school, y'all don't know what y'all doing. So I know y'all wasn't talking about that in middle school, not even high school, because everybody's just pounding. Like, anyway. So when he called me, he was like, yeah, you want me to call you? What's up? And I was like, oh yeah, like, tell me, how can I, get in good with class president? How can I get in good with class president? Y'all seem like y'all really cool people. Like, she got her stuff together. Tell me how y'all, how I can get in cool with class president. And so he was like, that's why you called me? Or that's why you wanted me to call you? And I was like, yeah, y'all seem like y'all really cool people. Like, I want to be a part of the group. Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for friends. Like, I'm looking for friends. Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a part of the crew. Like, so tell me, how can I get in? How can I get in with class president? How can I get in with y'all? I want to be a part of the crew. Like, y'all seem like y'all have fun, which outside looking in, them sitting at the table, laughing, talking, have their own little inside jokes. They seem like they was having a good time. I wanted to be accepted. And so he was like, what? And I was like, tell me, no, I heard you. But what? First of all, you must be envious of my girl. And I was like, I'm not envious. Let me quit playing. You must be jealous of my girl, because he did not say envious. I'm pretty sure he didn't know that word. You must be jealous of my girl. And I was like, no, I'm not jealous. I'm literally trying to ask you. So why you ask my girl? My girl must be not paying you no attention. Must be not paying you no attention. So why you ask me? You trying to mess me up? You trying to mess me and my girl up? You jealous? You trying to break us up? And I was like, no, I asked to be a part of her and the whole crew. Oh, you want the whole crew? Oh, okay. So you want the whole crew to run a train on you? And at that very moment, I was like, oh, this is what the teachers and everybody was talking about with why, girl? Like, it's like, why, class president? Why would you even put yourself in this position? Because if you talking to me like that, you can't sit there and tell me you're not talking to her like that. I don't care if you was her boyfriend. You was talking to her any kind of way. And there was something of the something about her that attracted you to her was because she was smart. The same reason I was attracted to her as far as wanting to be her friend. Because she was smart. Because she was getting accolades. Because she was doing her thing. Now, mind you, I had the academic side. For me, I wanted to get in. Not only did I want to be friends, but it was like I need to maneuver on how to figure out how to do the academic side. Cause I wasn't no dumb girl, but I just wasn't paying that stuff no attention. Like I would just slide by. So it was like, how do I figure this out? Because as I stated, most of the girls who were friends with Cher, they was doing their academic thing. So I was like, nah, I don't want none of you dudes to run a train on me. And so I can hear him in the back saying, I need to get his brother name. Hold on. So I'm just gonna say brother, because it actually was his brother. So he was like, brother, listen to this bitch. Listen to this. Like she begging. She want us to run a train on her. She want us to run a train on her. And so his cousins was also in the background. His cousins was like, who that is? Who that is? Oh, you know, Angel, old girl, she stay right there on Belleville Road. You in that big house, you know. And I was a little baffled because it's like, how you know where I live? How you know all that information? Because all I did was just give you my phone number. How you know all that information? I was like, what? How do you know where I live? Oh, I know everything. I know my surroundings. I know what's going on. You trying to set me up. You trying to break me and my girl up. That's all right. Once me and my homeboys catch you, we gon' you. And after we do that, after we run a train on you, I'm gonna let my girl beat your ass. And he hung up. So now it's like, girl, what did you just do? And with me being sexually assaulted, it's like, dang, like I'm out with sexual assault, I blame myself. And then it's like, dang, with this now I'm blaming myself because it's like, dang, like maybe I should have just reached out to her. Why did you reach out to the dude? But the dude seemed like they was having a good time too. I just heard about the teachers, saying like he was a bad boy or whatever. But sometimes teacher can be over exaggerating some things. But it was like I'm trying to figure out like how to get in. Why didn't you go to Cheryl? Why didn't you go to other people? Why didn't you just approach her? Even though I'm saying, like, it wasn't all that. Even after we had went to the slumber party with Cheryl, we really didn't talk like that after that. The only people who talked like that was me and Nia after the slumber party. But I'm not even gonna front. I honestly think this was before the slumber party. I don't know. I can't say you the correct timeline or not. I think this was before. Or right before the slumber party. It had to be right before the slumber party because I was trying to find a way in. Yeah, because they weren't feeling me. Yeah, so it had to be before the slumber party. So like now I'm sitting here going contemplating like, now you got to go to school and now you got to fight. But most of the time, at this point in time, I hadn't had my first fight. So don't nobody know I can fight. Don't nobody know nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody know nothing at this point. I think it was 8th grade. I really think it was 8th grade with my first fight. It had to be. It had to be. Yeah, because of the teachers. So anyway, so yeah, like don't nobody know I can fight. Don't nobody know nothing about my anger issues. Don't nobody know nothing. Don't nobody have a clue what's going on in my house. All they know is, what I'm saying, this girl who hang out with Pinky, and you know what I'm saying, like every once in a while, like she may say something, other times she don't. Every once in a while she may get in trouble, she may not. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about me. I don't know nothing about you. Not really. So now it's like, okay, so the phone rings again, and this was before I had my private line. So the phone rings again, and so my mom was like, "Ain't your telephone?" So I answered the phone. It was class president, And so she was like, you was looking for me? You wanted to talk to me? And I was like, yeah, oh God. Oh, I thought, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I thought he was, upset. And I was like, yeah, like I wanted to, like to get to know you. I wanted to be friends. I wanted to be like accepted and a part of the crew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know like how to go about that. Y'all, that girl laughed in my face. You desperate bitch. You desperate. What kind of what is that to say? No, you want my man. Oh, you want my man. You want my man. Don't worry about it. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. You want my man. Matter of fact, don't my uncle live with you? Don't my uncle live with you? Let me tell my mama. Let me tell my mama. Like, let me get this laugh. Cause girl, you a weak ass. And so he's in the background laughing. Yeah, tell her, baby. Yeah, tell her, baby. She jealous. She jealous. She jealous of you. She was trying to mess me up. She was trying to mess our relationship up. She want me. She want me to her like that. She want me to her like that. Like, I'm just telling you about like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew she want me. I was like, that was never the conversation ever. I was like, literally, when he called, I asked him, how can I get in contact with you? How can I be a part of the crew? Because it seems like y'all have a good time. Y'all have a lot of stuff going. Girl, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You want to be a part. You want to be a part of the crew. No, you want my man. You want my man. And I was like, girl, I don't want your man. I don't want your man. Don't worry about it. I'll see you. I'll see you. So, and they hung up. They hung up. So I was like, okay, at this point, now I gotta fight. Now I gotta fight. So I get to school, of course, talk of the town, because got on the bus, but oh, you want them to run a train on you? And I was like, that's not what I asked that dude. But at this point in time, as I told my son, like, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have like nothing where we could record and have proof. It was my word against his word. You know what I'm saying? So it was my word against all five of his whole crew and class president. So it was like, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? And so at this point in time, unbeknownst to me, class president has other enemies. She has other enemies. Like, it had gotten to a point where you had allowed like the praises and the accolades and all the things that you had going on, like all your accomplishments had started going to your head. So all the people that you was cool with prior, you had started like treating them like they wasn't nothing, like they was beneath you. So you had another enemy lurking. But this enemy, do I want to give her a name? I'm just gonna call her classmate because she was a classmate. So classmate wasn't feeling you at all, and was lurking because y'all had been cool for a good little minute, and then y'all wasn't cool because after you had started getting your accolades and then all your accomplishments and all your congratulations and all your achievements, and you know what I'm saying, you get certificates and the principals are saying how they're in awe of you. You started treating your friends that you have been cool with a little funny. And she wasn't like a scholar like that either. She wasn't really an athlete, but you know what I'm saying? She would get in trouble. She would do her thing and say, what's up? But she was cool people. And you and her were real cool. And so you approached her like literally, it was like the rumors was going around when she was talking about, I'm gonna beat you, like she was gonna beat me up. It was rumors coming to her like, oh, well, classmates say she gonna beat you, and it had nothing to do with me. It was just a beef that they had going on anyway. So this one particular time we was coming back from PE. Was it PE? It was either PE or music. Like I said, we had to use the back part of the high school because that's where we would walk that way to go to the gym, or we was either going to music, which was in the back part of the breezeway. And on our way back in, classmate came out of nowhere and whop. knock class president in the head. So they start going at it. Helicopter, 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 helicopter. Everybody, everybody, like it's this big circle. You know how you do when it's a fight. Well, when we was in school, how we used to do it's a fight. Get her, get her, get her. So you got class president saying, beat classmate, beat classmate. You got classmate friends saying, beat class president, beat class president. And I'm just sitting back like, almost like Homer, like, what the? Like, girl, like you was watering yourself down to put yourself in a situation, reaching out to the boyfriend, trying to figure out like how you can be friends with these people and y'all backstabbing each other. Girl, what the what? And so, like, I'm taking everything in. So they fighting. And so somehow, some way, class president got classmate up against the wall and she going, boom, 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 boom. Teachers separated and everybody in the hallway rocking. Go class president, go class president, go class president. Because she beat she won the fight. And I'm sitting back just taking everything in, right? So I was like, yo. Like, yo. So with class president fighting, now the teachers are really upset. It's like, not only are you dating bad boy, your grades are starting to slip, and now you have fought. So now that little pedestal that they have put you on has fallen. So now that the pedestal has fallen, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they looking at you a different kind of way. And there's how we code switch. So it's like I could be a certain way in the boardroom, but then when I'm in the street, you want me in the street, I can see you in the street because you don't know who you're really dealing with. And you know how Caucasian people try to make that as, they're so aggressive. And it's like, at this whole time I'm defending myself, and here you are calling me aggressive after you initiated contact, even though you're fearful. Yeah. But that's how it was for her. It was like, you're not like anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. And for me, at this point in time, I'm reading her, and it's like, you got so much on your plate. You got so much pressure on your shoulders, and everybody wants you to be perfect. And that stuff is taking a toll on you. And so, even though, like, I don't know, like, the ins and outs of what went on with you and classmate, but it's like that I can tell, like, you got so many people pulling on you and so many high expectations from different people, it's starting to take a toll on you. But lo and behold, after you came back from being suspended, because y'all had to do in-school suspension, after you came back from being suspended, you find out that boy is a cheater. And so when people tried to warn you, like, he wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't no good, like, he wasn't nothing, leave him be. He was telling, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was talking to you any kind of way, he was treating you any kind of way, and you find out he's a cheater. So you try to confront him about the situation. And when you try to confront him about the situation, he was like, oh, you're not going nowhere. Yeah, I'm a cheater. You're not going nowhere. But even if you try to go somewhere, I'm going to get my brother on you. Now, brother had a reputation for spazzing out. Like, there was no boundaries with brother. Like, it's like, I'm crazy. What you want to do? I'm crazy. And so, the people who walk around and be like, I'm crazy. I'll flip out on you. I'll flip out on you. Yeah, he would really flip out. Mm-hmm. He was really crazy. At the spur of the moment, just flip out. And so bad boy was like, you're not going nowhere. Matter of fact, you need to come up with a girlfriend for my brother. So, lo and behold, when she is looking for a girlfriend out of the crew that she's cool with, you can see like the marks on her arms, or if you hit a certain spot, we're in 8th grade. So you can tell he tagging you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the hickey tag to be like, I'm claimed. I'm talking about tagging you, doing some crazy ish to you. And you have a certain amount of time to get a girlfriend for his brother. So you decided to get the person that you can intimidate. So now, because abuse is being put on you, you're going to pass down the abuse to kind of get some of the abuse off of you. You're going to bring one of your homegirls into a dangerous situation because brother is dangerous. So you decided to put Giggles. Giggles was also in, no, Giggles was in I'm the bully in that story time. You decided to put Giggles on brother. And at this point in time, like, she approached me, not for brother. She had approached me. She was like, I understand what you was trying to do now. You just went about it the wrong way, which I agreed. Because I was like, you're right. I should have came to you instead of going to your man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, but I went to your man because it's like your man would know you better than your female. You know what I'm saying? Than your homegirls. But I don't really know your homegirls like that. Like, I know Cher, but Cher didn't really, like, Cher would talk to people, but not really. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, when she gave me the, you know, like, come to my party, it was like, cause like it was literally unexpected. But I really thought because of how we had the moment, and you know what I'm saying, like when she was on my street, not necessarily like us talking and interacting at school, because we didn't. The person that I talked to the most was Pinky. So I was like, you right. And I was like, and I was literally trying to figure out how to do the academic thing because you're doing it so well. And I was like, because I got the athletic thing down and I had to keep my grades at a certain point to play. And I can maneuver that because all you needed was a C. So I would do just enough. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, but I want more because I know I can do more. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, I'm not even going to front. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. She was like, you're going to have to lose like times with your friends, times with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you're going to incorporate it with your athletics, but it's like you got to study a lot. You constantly be in the book. You constantly reading. Well, I mean, she didn't know that, but I love to read. So I didn't see it as the issue. And then luckily for me at that point in time, like my memory was like digital, so I can remember things quick. You know what I'm saying? So it worked out for me. And her giving me tips on how to study and how to do things. And I was like, thank you. That's literally what I wanted. And I was like, I really wanted, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seemed like y'all had a good time. It wasn't anything like that. I was like, I really did not want your dude. And so she was like, I want to apologize. She was like, because all I got was a phone call with him, like, she trying to set me up. You got to get her. You got to get her. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. And I was like, it's cool. It's cool. And I was like, thank you. Because again, like I can see the weight on your shoulders. So she was like, you coming to the football game? And I was like, I don't know. I don't really do outside like that. She was like, no, you should come to the football game. You should come to the football game. And that way we can sit down and we can talk. And I was like, bad boy gonna be with you? And so she was like, nah, he not supposed to show up. Matter of fact, he got in trouble. So he not supposed to show up because if you got suspended from school, like you're not supposed to show up to school events. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And so she was like, all right. So she was like, come to the football game. And I was like, all right. So I came to the football game, right? Came to the football game and we all like was waiting, like they was waiting at the gate to wait for everybody to come. And we're standing there talking. It's like, anybody going to the concession stand? Went to the concession stand, got our food, popcorn, pickles, whatever. And as we're leaving the concession stand, here come Bad Boy and his crew. And he was like, class president, get over here. We're in 8th grade. So she was like, what you doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I heard her whispering. She was like, I don't feel like this. She went the opposite way. He was like, what? What the? Hey. So one of the administrators saw him and said, "Bad boy, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. You got to get out of here." Y'all, class president disappeared. I'm looking around. I don't know where that girl went. I don't know where that girl went. Which lets me know, of course, because I'm used to trauma, your abuse has heightened. Because you're running now. So I'm standing there with giggles, with giggles, something different, with just giggles and something different. Seemed like it was somebody else there. It might have been Trinity. I don't know, but I know I remember standing there with giggles. And while I remember it, because brother was like, "Giggles, come here now." And so she was like, "Okay." And so he was like, "Give me a hug." And so she went and hugged on him, and she shaking. And so he was like, "This my lady. This my lady." And I'm looking at her. And so he was like, "Tell him you happy. Tell him you happy." She was like, "I'm happy." And I'm looking. And so brother was like, "What's up? What's up? You got something to say? You got something to say? I am who I am right here. I'm brother. I'm brother. I'm brother." And so people started like running because, his cousin was like, "Oh, he about to spaz out." And I didn't move. I didn't move because it's like I'm used to the trauma. I didn't move, but I'm watching it. Because I guess for me, it was like, this is disbelief because it's like we're in 8th grade, but then I'm watching my 8th grade classmates be in abusive type situations. Just to say you had a boyfriend. So, lo and behold, years later, class president got out of that situation, went on, graduated, and accomplished her goals. Giggles got out of that situation because brother was very much aggressive and abusive. She got out of the situation. She couldn't take it no more. And I really think her daddy got her out of the situation. Years later, there is an incident with one of the cousins' sister. And they find her unalived in her trailer. And the only person who was around was brother. And brother was saying he didn't remember what happened. He don't know what's going on, but brother is covered in blood. And he's like, "Nah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It wasn't me." But cousin's sister is gone. Like, no life. So they end up charging him and putting him away. I was trying to find the article, but that has been years ago. So I couldn't find the article. And as I told y'all, like we had newspapers before anything went on the internet. Then years later after that, Bad Boy still has the same attitude, still has the stuff going on where you feel like you're invisible. Nobody can tell you nothing. Nobody can tell you what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. This me, it's me. This is what I want to do. And you're driving back and forth. As y'all have seen, those who pay attention to my vlogs, you've seen my hometown like it's pure country. Long country roads. And they said Bad Boy had been driving up and down the street, high rate of speed all day. All day, being reckless all day. And they were telling him, like, they was calling his people and telling his people, like, "Hey, tell him to stop doing that. Somebody gonna get hurt. Like, tell him to stop doing that. Tell him to stop doing that." Saying like he was cutting out in front of people, just driving reckless. He'll cut out in front of people, and people have to swerve to miss him or whatever. And he'll cut back in. And so he had a passenger in the car with him. So this one particular time, he had been riding up and down the street, and they had started to believe, like at this point in time, it was, he had the alcohol situation going on. Riding up and down the street, driving reckless, And lo and behold, head on collision. Head on collision. Two people in a car, including him, in his car. Two people in the other car. And the other car is my cousin. Vibrant, beautiful, talented, just angel on earth. Like everything you could ever want. Somebody who can make you laugh, somebody who can make you cry, somebody who can sing, somebody who's business minded, somebody just everything in a person you would think about. Like active in the community, active with kids, just everything you would want in a daughter. And my cousin doesn't make it. And I'm on Facebook scrolling and I'm seeing my cousin say, "Pray for my family right now." And I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. What's going on? Because a lot of times I don't know what's going on. A lot of things that I find out that's going on in my family, I find out on Facebook. If Leah doesn't tell me, and at the point in time, if Stacy didn't tell me, most of the things I find out, Facebook. So like I'm scrolling. And at this point in time, like I have a lot of people, so I'm in my hometown, so I'm reading. And one person was like, oh, they said they got a post. I was like, who got a post? Who is it? Like, what's going on? Because all I can remember is my cousin saying, "Pray for my family right now." So I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. People was like, no, no, she gone. She gone. Who? Who? And then my family started posting the pictures of her. All because you didn't want to follow the rules. All because you feel like you were untouchable. All because you had the same attitude and sentiments as you did when you were in high school. You didn't care about nobody else. You didn't care about nothing. All you wanted to do what you wanted to do and create havoc. Everybody else jacked up. You was jacked up too. Well deserved. But my cousin, life cut short over bull that you didn't even have to do. Recognizing the signs in the person that he was in high school, you did not change as an adult. Now, don't get me wrong, there was his family on there saying like, "Oh, like I'm praying for him," and it was like my cousin dead, my cousin dead. You praying for him? And the title is called "Love Doesn't Hurt" because at a young age, I recognize, even looking at TikTok with older women, but looking back, and it's so crazy because I was trying to decide what story to tell. And when I scrolled TikTok, I was like, oh my God. It made sense because I was like, from a young age, we are groomed to feel like we have to take whatever and whenever from anybody just to be in love. Or just to feel like we're accepted. Just to feel like we got somebody on our shoulder. Like I'm him. Like now it's like, girl, like forget my man, like my lady, like watching some dude, like it was one dude who his girlfriend, significant other, I don't know if she was a wife or not, She was Caucasian, but he started recording because she had a weapon behind her back. And she was like, "This is just my cell phone." And before she ran out of the house after the argument, she tried to hit him, but she ended up hitting the air mattress. And he kept saying, "I just want this to be done. I just want this to be done. You won't leave me alone. I just want this to be done." You got to learn to leave when you get. You got to learn to leave when that stuff is repeated. You got to learn to leave when it crosses your boundaries. You got to learn to leave. Love does not hurt, y'all. And I was just thinking, like, I was like, we were in eighth grade. Eighth grade. Dropping boundaries and feeling like we had to take certain things just to be accepted and just to be loved, or I got a boyfriend. Eighth grade. And knowing like his boundaries, his actions, his train of thinking did not change, just reckless and wreaking havoc. Love does not hurt, y'all. It does not hurt. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. Rest in peace, Mariah. I'll see you in the next one. Willing to do? Oh, tell me what you're willing to do. Kiss it, baby. Okay, let me get serious. Let me give it this gum because I know I'm a smack. I'm gonna blow bubbles. And I'm a smack. That's the whole point of having gum. I'm gonna do this because this is serious. This is a serious story. I don't need. Oh, I need to re up my tissue. Y'all got a little lip gloss. Cheers. You gotta wet the whistle. Okay. Because this story time is serious. For real, for real. So let's get into it. Okay, let me fix this. Baby, this jacket. We have a time, honey. Why would we be fighting? I ain't fighting. You're my favorite. Anyway. Oh Lord, I'm gonna pull stuff out. Y'all cuts gonna be interesting. All right.